arguably a match that could decide that final position or at least put the Raiders in a better position and take a bit of pressure off Ricky and the team. It is the Raiders taking on the Penrith Panthers. No Cleary, no Luai. I'll let you get into that squad a little bit later. But obviously for me, we do have the Raiders up on the screen. Savage is at fullback. You've got Kotrick, Matthew Tomoko, Sebastian Chris, Jordan Rapana, Jack Wyden, Jamal Fogarty, Josh Papali, Zach Wolford, Joseph Tarpany, Hudson Young, Elliot Whitehead, Adam Elliott, Tom Starlin, Ryan Sutton, Emre Gula, Corey Herrera-Nira, and Albert Hopewadi. Now, for the Raiders, obviously, Adam Elliott has hurt his hip. He has been named to play. However, if he does fail, you think that Corey would jump straight back into that lineup. Jordan Rapana returns back from suspension. I'm going to let you go first here because I have my thoughts and I don't want to jump too far in and kind of manipulate it. Again, hold your result till after the Panthers because I want to hear both sides of the story before we put a tip out there. But what do you think about, obviously, the style of play of this Raiders squad and can they get the win? I guess we'll get to that eventually, but who needs to stand up if they were going to win without giving away your tip?
Yeah, look, this team, Ricky has built this team to his liking. You said it, Jordan Rapana returns. Adam Elliott maybe has to pass some sort of test to play. So it is a good squad. If I had to pick one player that has to sort of lead this forward pack for the Canberra Raiders, it's going to be Hudson Young, followed by Jack Wyden. Those two have to click somehow to get this game rolling. And obviously, it's no better time to hit the Penrith Panthers when they're down than right now, especially when you're at home, 5:30 Saturday. I'll be tuning in at Foxley 5:02 to watch this one because Raiders could upset. Could.
Mate, did you see that? If anyone here is listening from Fox Sports, he's just absolutely plugged you. So if you want to chuck a sponsorship money, chuck it in, let us know. But I will pop, obviously, the Panthers up on the screen. But I will say about the Raiders, probably the hardest thing when it does come to, obviously, I guess, studying them is they'll do something one week and you'll think, holy shit, we finally figured out how the Raiders are playing. And the next week, they just throw the ball around in a completely different sequence. So I think the Raiders and Ricky are into shock here. Again, I'll let you go through this clearly less Luai-less lineup, but we'll get your prediction at the end. But take it away, Baxter.
Yeah, obviously you got Dylan Edwards, Tyler May, Isaac Tago, Stephen Cron makes his return with his ear, Brian To'o, Jerome Sullivan, Salmon, and they got Sean O'Sullivan, in the halves there, Moses Leota, Appy Coruscant, James Fisher-Harris, Viliami Kikau, Liam Martin, Isaiah Yeo, Mitch Kenny on the bench, Scott Sorensen, Spencer Liu, and Charlie Staines. Now, that is a great squad. Now,
hold on. I want to hear you pronounce number 18, please.
I'm just going to go with ST, just for his initials. just because look, if you've heard previous pods, my English is no way as good as Tony's is, especially this late in the night. You've wanted to hold out my prediction. As you said, this is a Cleary and Luai less team. Can they get it done? I think they might, because you've got the likes of Brian To'o, Crichton, Appy Coruscant and Liam Martin, Isaiah, all those Origin players. Obviously, they didn't have them during Origin time and they were playing for New South Wales and they still got the job done, but you lose Cleary and Luai. I think they can sort of work it all out and sort of hide the fact that they don't have a Cleary or a Luai there. And I think it's this forward pack of the Penrith Panthers that will lead the way to where they want the game to go. But you asked for me to hold off after everything I've said everything I've thought about, I am still sticking with my Canberra Raiders tip. They are in the nation's capital. They are playing for something. They've got nothing to lose here, this Raiders side. So they're just going to go all out. And as you said, 1 week, you look at you study them to a T, and you go, right, this is how they're going to play. And then they get on that, they cross that white line, and the Raiders play plan B, C, D, E, and you've just got nothing to stop them here. And I think they are one of the darkest horses in this finals contention. And come finals football, I would hate to be having to play Canberra in Canberra if that happens.
Well, I mean, it's obviously very, very unlikely that they will have that home game, because the best they can obviously finish would be that arguably 8th or 7th position. I don't see him sneaking into 6th. So for most of that finals, they will be obviously playing away from home. But I look at this game and I just think Canberra have their halves, but I also see Panthers now. That forward pack is going to bully the absolute shit out of the Raiders pack. Now, if Panthers are to win this game, it's off the back of their forwards. I'm not saying Salmon or Sean O'Sullivan can't do the job. I just think that if they are going to win this game, it's going to be on that momentum that the forwards give them. If Raiders win that game, I'm looking through that 1 through 7. Those are the back line. That's who's going to win in the game. But I'm kind of on the fence here. It might be biased, unbiased. Obviously, Canberra loss does mean a lot more for the Roosters, but I'm going to go for the upset here, and I don't actually know what the odds are. I don't know who the favourite is in this game. I'm going to say it's an upset, and I am going to go for the Penrith Panthers 1-6, not even 1-12. I'm going to go 1-6. Again, you made that mention that there is no pressure on the Raiders. I don't think there's any pressure on Penrith. Everyone now,
according to Sportsbet, Penrith right now are $1.65 to a Canberra $2.25. So,
well, I'm taking the favourite then. I guess I'm taking the favourite, but I guess, obviously, like I said, the pressure thing. There's a lot of talk since obviously Cleary got suspended that the Cowboys are back in the premiership race, the minor premiership race that we hadn't heard about, obviously, before Cleary got suspended. So I'm going to take those another way. I don't think there's any pressure on his kids because people expect them to lose this game. So I think Salmon, Sean O'Sullivan come in here and they're trying to prove a point for next year. Obviously, they have contracts. O'Sullivan is off to the Dolphins. So I think they're going to shine. The forward packs will get them the momentum. And then you look at, like you said, Dylan Edwards, Tyler May, Isaac Tygo, Crichton, Toto, Appy Corus out number 9. There's just talent across the park. So I'm going to go 1-6. I guess, what are your thoughts? Obviously, we did touch on it. Cleary, you still sticking with the 5 weeks is enough, or do you think it should have been more?
Well, based on the 2 tackles earlier on in the season, Kyle Lawton and Brett Naden both getting grade 3 5 weeks for dangerous throw. So the NRL are consistent in dealing these out. So you say yeah, but me, opinionally, I think it starts back at Kyle Lawton's tackle, and I would have just said, mate, you're off for 8. You're off for 8. And then you see the NRL coaches start to listen to the NRL and go, well, they don't want this in this game. Don't do it.
That's 100%. And obviously, like I said, you have gone, obviously, with the Raiders at home. I have gone with Penrith. So one of us is going to get a tip up here. We'll see how this game does play out, but it does have huge ramifications, obviously, on that top 8 position. But again, this has been the Raiders versus Panthers Game 21 preview. We'll be back very soon to host that local derby preview of the Cronulla Sharks versus the St. George Illawarra Dragons.
Peace.